Welcome to Thoroughbred Racing Review. I'm your host, Grant Rabbit. Today we feature Cigar, the horse of the world, and the statue made after him.
A well-known poet once said, "Be not afraid of greatness. Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them." The words are from Shakespeare's Twelfth Night, but they have very appropriate meaning for this ceremony here. Because Cigar is the horse of the world, and he achieved his greatness, and he leaves us with a legacy of memories that will never be forgotten.
Cigar, the thoroughbred champion, will forever leave an indelible mark on racing history. This great achievement is commemorated at the site of many of his thrilling triumphs, Gulfstream Park. Douglas Don, Gulfstream Park President and Chief Executive Officer, sought and received authorization from Cigar's owner Allan Paulson to stand a statue of the magnificent equine athlete at Gulfstream. Then Don began an intensive search for an artist with the great talent and a love of horse racing to create a statue befitting the superstar. He commissioned Cindy Wolfe, a world-renowned artist, to create a life-size monument of the thoroughbred legend to grace Gulfstream Park's Garden of Champions. The creation of a unique work of art, like the making of a champion, is an arduous task. For Cindy Wolfe, the mission was to capture the spirit and heart of the champion and to complete the statue in record time, 6 months, in contrast to the 18 months that a project of this scope usually requires. With the input of those close to Cigar, including trainer Bill Mott, Wolfe began her task. Similarly, Cigar's road to victory was not an easy one. Cigar's greatness was not immediately apparent. His talent had to be nurtured and molded to shape him into the super horse he was destined to become. Bred for turf, Cigar failed to show his promise on grass. It was not until trainer Bill Mott switched Cigar to the main course that the world had a glimpse of this champion's amazing ability. Fresh off 2 wins at Aqueduct and 1 at Gulfstream Park, Cigar was to face his greatest challenge to date. The 1995 Don Handicap at Gulfstream provided Cigar with the opportunity to run against Holy Bull, considered by most to be unbeatable.
They move into the backstretch. Cigar and Holy Bull pulling away from the rest by 4.5 lengths. Primitive Hall is running in 3rd. Bonus Money is 4th. It's another 4 back to Danville, and Virginia Rapids alongside him. Holy Bull stopped! Holy Bull stopped suddenly, and Cigar has taken the lead. Cigar is going to win this race.
While the racing world was not aware of it at the time, the 1995 Don Handicap was a pivotal point in Cigar's career. Cindy Wolfe faced several turning points during her difficult task. After months of sculpting Cigar's likeness, capturing fire in his eyes, the muscle structure of the champion, and his winning spirit, her work had really just started. After the Don Handicap, questions about Cigar's talent remained. Was Cigar the next great horse? Or was he the beneficiary of Holy Bull's injury? 3 short weeks later, Cigar quelled the doubts of the racing world by pummeling a field of contenders in the Gulfstream Park Handicap. This would be his 5th consecutive win.
Just crushed this field today. Jerry Bailey never asked him to run.
Cigar's victories would continue. Each race served to piece together his ever-growing reputation as a special athlete who was well on his way to legendary status. Cigar's triumphs were earned by dueling against the top contenders in the racing world. No challenge or challenger was avoided by Cigar. By the time he entered the $3 million Breeders' Cup Classic at Belmont Park, Cigar had amassed 11 straight victories against all comers. But the Breeders' Cup added further certification that Cigar was extraordinary.
And here he is, the invincible, unbeatable Cigar!
Cigar's momentous success was the result of a team effort, an all-star team by any standard. Owner Allan Paulson, trainer Bill Mott, and Hall of Fame jockey Jerry Bailey all won Eclipse Awards for 1995, and Cigar was named Horse of the Year. The making of a monumental work of art was also a team effort. Wolf's team included project manager Chuck Quigley and numerous others, working feverishly in the ancient craft of bronze sculpting to forever commemorate a modern legend. Having achieved celebrity status, Cigar arrived at Gulfstream for the 1996 Don Handicap to a hero's welcome. Basking in the full glory of being America's horse, Cigar once again triumphed over the country's best, including highly regarded stablemate Wekiva Springs.
He's pulling away from Wekiva Springs, who took a bold run at him at the top of the stretch, and heavily prizes third. It's Cigar. Cigar is coming to the wire, and he wins with devastating ease. Cigar, invincible for the 13th time in a row.
The eyes of the world were now focused on Cigar. How far can he take this winning streak? How will this American champion perform against the world's finest thoroughbreds? How would this great career culminate? America's crown prince of horse racing was now poised to challenge the world's best. Champion thoroughbreds from all over the globe converge on Nad Al Sheba, Dubai for the $4 million Dubai World Cup, then the world's richest race. The champion had traveled 6,000 miles for a race that presented many obstacles. In addition to recuperating from an injured hoof, Cigar would be running at night, and he would race on sand for the first time. Despite these adversities, Cigar's winning spirit prevailed. Cigar had accomplished what no other thoroughbred had ever done. Truly, Cigar had earned the supreme accolade, Horse of the World. Cigar's ability was more than equal to the task. For Cigar, one more challenge loomed ahead. Citation's modern-day record of 16 consecutive victories. On July 13, 1996, Cigar came to the Arlington Citation Challenge to tackle that record. Thoroughbreds from around the country came too, in hopes of dethroning the mighty Cigar. But this was to be Cigar's day to fulfill his destiny, to become one of horse racing's greatest legends, and to equal Citation's record that had stood for a half-century.
But Cigar seems to have his measure. He's starting to stretch away now. Cigar is an unstoppable dynamo. The crowd rises to a champion. 16 in succession as Cigar assumes the crown of immortality.
10 of Cigar's record 16 consecutive victories came in Grade I events. He traveled the United States and the world to face the greatest adversaries available. His feat was awesome in scope and breathtaking in its review. He refused to lose. When Wolf's work was finally over, there was joy, a little sadness, and an overwhelming satisfaction that the great Cigar would forever take his rightful place at Gulfstream's Garden of Champions. Only Cigar is honored with a statue in this celebrated shrine of thoroughbred stars.
On October 28, 1994, Cigar easily captured an allowance race at Aqueduct. He would not lose again for nearly 22 months. During that span, he captured 16 races in a row, 4 of them here at Gulfstream Park, equaling a modern-day record for consecutive victories. But Cigar's legacy is more than the Eclipse Awards he garnered or the $10 million he earned. It's about the heart he displayed. It's about the thrills he generated and the fans, young and old, who reveled in his glory. And in the end, it is that Cigar amplified those traits that we all aspire to ourselves. Bravery, brilliance, tenacity, and honesty. Cigar gave of himself, and in doing so, gave to us. It is the greatest gift of all.
And here he is, the unconquerable, invincible, unbeatable Cigar!
Cigar is digging deep. He's never had to fight harder. He's coming back. It's going to be Cigar. It's going to take it. Up the line. Cigar might be past on it.
A world champion! And he wins with devastating
in succession as Cigar assumes the crown of immortality.
We hope you enjoyed our first look back at the Sport of Kings. Subscribe to Thoroughbred Racing Review on YouTube or be our friend on Facebook. That's Thoroughbred Racing Review on YouTube.